mess, agreed Sophie. It's going to leave some stubborn stains for sure. Yeah, this tooth has got some serious gum disease, said Claire. The other two stared at her. Because the room is like... Oh, never mind. Oh my God, every day I question the decision to let you out into public, weirdo, said Sophie. Well, anyway, said Claire. Why did you call Bash? Because, said Basher. He paused to sigh and rub his eyes in frustration. This was a habitual gesture, Claire had noted, as he spent much of his life frustrated in one way or another. Because I tried a couple of times, but it seems I am not up to moving a dead weight by myself. Being completely honest, I found them slumped on the floor. They are only in the bath because I dropped them. You are the only person I could think of to call for help who would not be... Judgy, suggested Soph. Too sensible to say no, said Claire. You have to admit this is not the strangest thing we have dealt with together, Basher replied. Claire noted that there were dark hollows under his grey eyes. He looked more tired than usual. Can't we just leave them there? She asked. She was not a fan of physical activity, and this sounded suspiciously like it would require a lot of effort. Plus, she didn't want to get red on her clothes. She was wearing the first new jumper she'd bought in ages, and it was a pale sage colour that wouldn't do well in the circumstances. We cannot, because that would be incredibly irresponsible. If you help me, you can have a cup of tea and a custard cream. 2 cups of tea and at least 4 custard creams. 1 cup of tea and 2 chocolate digestives. Yeah, all right, but I'm taking the legs. That seems fair. Claire and Basher manoeuvred around one another so that he could grab the body in the bath under the armpits and she could hoist up the ankles. In this way, they managed to roll the body over and out of the bath and then carry it down the hall, where Basher nudged a door open with his foot to reveal a room that was possibly a bedroom and possibly an explosion at a charity shop. They alley-ooped the body onto the heap of clothes covering the bed. The body rolled over onto its side and started snoring. Basher, quite tenderly, smoothed away the damp strings of newly red hair, revealing the pale, delicate features of Alex. Basher was Alex's uncle, but had been in theoretical loco parentis since Alex had moved in with him in lieu of going to university. The position had been solidified recently, owing to the fact that almost all the rest of their family, the Wellington Forges, had been arrested on suspicion of murder about 6 months ago. Basher and Alex had started going by the last name Forge to disassociate themselves from the whole thing, which was understandable. Alex was only 19, but had inherited the fine, high-cheekboned structure that ran in their family, and the soft grey eyes that their maternal great-grandmother had also given to Basher. They still had growing to do, but Alex was already cultivating the kind of good looks that could be described by modelling agents as ethereal. The good looks were only partially diminished by the open-mouthed hangover drooling. Owing to Alex's teenage propensity to get blackout drunk and to dye their hair whatever colour they wanted, sometime around 3 a.m., they could also easily be pigeonholed as alternative. Claire eyed Alex with a little concern. Do we need to put them in the recovery position or something? I don't think so, said Basher. He leaned over and jabbed Alex in the side a couple of times. They made a noise that sounded like, "Give fucks," and rolled onto their other side. I think it would be all right to leave them be. I will check on them later. Okay, you owe me some biscuits. Basher raised his hands in a gesture of defeat, then stuffed them into the front pocket of his faded blue hoodie and sauntered off to the kitchen. Alex loved colour and unusual combinations in their clothes, but Basher dressed to disappear into the background, all sun-faded hoodies and tattered jeans. Claire's own vibe was, she self-assessed, sort of scene kid in '06, trying to fit in at the office. Badly maintained bottle black hair with about 2 inches of roots at all times.